Today we are doing something a little different. We are heading down to the hire ferry across to Dartmouth and beyond. I figured it was about time we got the 125 to travel a little further afield. Yes, I've mentioned this to a couple of people recently, how Rafiki and I never really leave Torbay, apart from the occasional Jolly's bike night over in Bovey. And one of my favourite trips out, of course, is a trip up to the reservoir, which I like to do once, twice a year. But other than that, this bike is so good around town that I just find myself staying local, which is fine. He's perfect for that. But he is capable of so much more. So I figured, enough talking about it, let's get out and do it whilst it's still summer. Yes, I am in denial. I'm telling myself that because the sun's out, it's still summer. It's not. But whilst we're still pretending, at least, that it's summer, let's get the bike out on a bit of a further adventure. So, I originally wanted to head down to Dartmouth and then head further south to a place called Hull Sands. There used to be a village in Hull Sands, but you can no longer visit it because the village fell into the sea. Yes, true story, the village in Hull Sands literally fell into the sea. I believe it happened about 120 years ago. And when I heard about this, the story, it piqued my interest. And there's a viewing platform where you can go and have a look at what is left of Hull Sands village. But unfortunately, it looks like that viewing platform is currently closed. And so, despite heading down towards Hull Sands on this little adventure, we may not actually get to visit Hull Sands today. Well, Rafiki, you can't swim. I'm not much better in the water than you would be. Maybe the ferry wasn't the best of ideas. But with the power of editing, we will be across the other side in a second. Damn, that was quick. Oh, what's not to like about this? It really doesn't have to be a Torbay thing. I do love exploring the coast, whether that's in a car, on a bike, on foot. And I love the sea, just don't particularly like being in it. I love the sea when I'm catching fish, but yeah, just don't particularly like being in it. Come on, no pressure. There's no point you revving. You can't get through any more than I could. Well, I probably could, but you couldn't have got through there. There's no point you revving your nuts off. Interesting. Does this mean that we have to turn around now? See, we could get through there, but we don't know what's the purpose of the closure. And the last time I considered going through a road closure, I didn't. And when I got to the other side, the long way, turned out there was no road. Blimey, it's like being back on my test. On my actual Mod 2, I was behind a learner on a country lane as narrow as this, and I'm on my Mod 2, and another learner in, you know, I'm talking about I'm behind a learner car, and another learner car comes from the opposite direction, so you got these two learner cars on a road as narrow as this, trying to navigate their way past each other, and then there's me stuck behind them. And you just sit there with your thumb covering the horn, because there's always that possibility that some driver, despite what's going on, some driver's going to be half asleep and they're just going to stick it in reverse and come for you. Fortunately, both of those learners that I'm talking about, they both did extremely well. Right, I think this is the way. Yes, both of those learners did extremely well. Got past one another. We got through. Yeah, it was quite a clenching moment. Yeah, Blackpool Sands, let's stop here. Crikey, you can pretty much just drive up to the beach. Well, this has been a thoroughly enjoyable ride down to Blackpool Sands. I don't know if you can hear, in fact, seems to have quietened down for a minute. Where's he gone? This digger that's behind me. There he is. There's always something. There's always some piece of machinery or something, some annoyance, some audio annoyance gets into the video, but never mind. It is time for me to head out and see what other interesting places I can find in this part of the world.